So I'm subbing a class for one of the astronomy guys, right? And substituting means it's time to watch a documentary in lecture hall. And everyone's watching this thing, and it's like the closest star to our solar system is about 4.5 light years away, and you thought you felt lonely. And I'm like, why would you assume that? Why would you assume that about literally every person who watches this thing? I grew up in a coven surrounded by spell-slinging psycho bitches, and now I work in a university. I salivate at the concept of loneliness. I wonder if they say that in nature documentaries too, trying to make weird animals relatable. Yeah, and you thought you sprayed pungent urine at attacking predators. And you thought you had a projectile tongue that was sticky at the end so you could catch cute bugs. And you thought you had a four-headed penis. What the F has a four-headed penis? And I don't even know what that word is. Maybe girl are into the whole eldritch horror kink. Guy gotta keep step their game up and turn their peens into horror nightmares. I have no argument for this. Why would you argue? The fuck? Whoa! What the hell? Aw, it's the new security. Anika Silverstein, Alien Theology. Caleb Wickenshaw, pun enthusiast. Charlotte Lestrange, badass witch cop. So what happened to the last security guy? Are they sick? Are they on sick retirement adventures? Last I heard he landed in Aruba, then the rest of him landed in Cancun. Yes, quite tragic. Entire occult science building exploded, leaving only a crater oddly filled with tangentials of the faces of the workers and students who were in there. That was before our time, of course. Since we're alive and whatnot. Huh? But there's like protections from that happening again, right? Oh yeah. They put a sneeze guard in. Exactly. Huh? Right. Well. Who's this? Did you know, before it was completely abandoned, Innsmouth desperately tried to become a tourist town? Tried to focus on aquatic circuses, gift shops, and freak shows featuring leftover deep ones. I happen to be named most attractive deep one hybrid. Every weekly beauty contest. You don't look like a deep one. That's probably why I keep winning. Branded books found outside the library will be shot on site. Oh god. All my classes are at 7 a.m. Got any ideas for a book that'll help me wake up in the morning? You want internalized zombification in necrology aisle. All the benefits of being a zombie without the drawbacks of looking like a corpse. Though your intestines will occasionally fall out of your butthole. Hey, they must have a book for everything. Thought I'd take coffee over scooping intestines back into my butthole. Maybe that's just me. Ooh. Fun trick of the black magic users of the old days were to write how-to spellbooks that, simply by reading them, would cast the curse that the reader was trying to learn on the reader themselves. Fiendish but funny, according to them. What happened to your eye holes? How to throw a ethereal fire directly into someone else's eyes. Luckily, it was just the Cliff Notes version. That's funny. Hey, Emily, do you guys have any books on advanced witchcraft? I want to keep fresh while I'm here. Ooh, I'll take that as a... Of course we do, Charlotte. Have you seen the size of this goddamn library? We got books that ain't even written yet. Yoo! The Science of Rain Dancing by Professor Anne Undercarriage. Huh. This maybe I'll fit in here a little better than I thought. I've been doing science all this time. Much like electricity, the human body acts like a conductor of magical energy intrinsic in the air of regions of high concentration. This effect is exacerbated with wet skin, leading to many witch cults dancing naked in the rain in order to conjure spells effectively. Indeed, it seems paranormal encounters seem more frequent when it's raining or in the regions of the world where rain is frequent. The witch cults of Seattle and Scotland are considered incredibly powerful and fearsome, though this is simply due to their graphological advantage. Would they be taken away from their home deludes, they would be simply as effective as their new weather permits them to be. Haha, sick burn. Hello, Wobbly, what you eating? None, just some stuff about witches. You wouldn't get it. Nah, probably not. That stuff's too cool and magical for dumb old cannibal like Annie. No place for an ugly old purple blood like poor old dumb old cannibal Annie. Poor dumb Annie, but dumb. Well, hey, come on, I didn't mean it like that. Hey, next time it rains, I could teach you a few tricks. How about it? Get you a pet frog, give it a couple extra eyes. What do you say? That's not fun, but can I make a suggestion? I'm sure what, I guess. Rather than rain, can we dance around in buffalo sauce? I think I want a little zing when I bite you, bum. Damn it, Annie. Why don't you go bug someone else? Because you're the only one that finds it funny. There's a difference between laughing at something because it's funny and laughing at something because it's ridiculous. Most folks run away from folks like me. They seem to take threats of being devoured quite seriously. And there's nothing I'd like more than watching you run away, Charlotte. Aw, you beat me to it. Yeah, see you around, Annie. Oh my god, so many people. Yo, what's with the puppets? We help her talk with unfamiliar people on unfamiliar subjects. One must become more familiar with us in order to become more familiar with her. Spent a little too long in the psychology department, huh? I've heard research and all them dark psychiatrics can rub off on people. And you've spent a little too long in engineering to not know when somebody's pulling your leg. So working and studying in certain buildings has a residual effect? I wonder what effect working in the occult science building has on witches. I hope I don't start taking a chalkboard to my coven's dance rituals. No one wants to know the angle rotation on one of my sick fireball and pirouettes. Hey Lizzie, what you got there? Really, cheese is the best human invention. Everyone says so. Everyone? Like, everyone in university? Everyone in this dimension, the Amigo, the Yeetans, the Spar Spawn, Chicholians. When someone makes one for them, the homeworld other things. Even Yog's soul likes one now and again. Really? Not like the internal combustion engine? Not penicillin, the telephone, light bulbs, eyeglasses, great big trains, microscopes? Nah, we don't need any of that. So humanity, for all its achievements, all the love and loss, all the wars, all the technology and innovation, all the art and culture, everything we've done, and we're considered by the rest of the universe as those guys that made a mean grilled cheese? Mm-hmm. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about it either, man. I don't know either, man. I don't know either. I don't know either. I don't fucking know either. So, hey, why do so many people have tentacles coming out of their back? Have you faced a necrotic explosion head on? No, don't think I have. Neither does anyone else. First rule, turn away from the explosion. Well, I guess the first rule would be don't cause a goddamn explosion, but people can't seem to help breaking that one. You can probably tell from the lack of extra limbs, but I have no idea what a hand actually is. It's a process of deliberately caving in an artificial portal through our dimension to stop extra-dimensional entities from getting out. It's a last resort since usually there are teams of portal divers still inside, but hey, better than the end of the world, huh? Yes. Maybe you guys should try transmutation circles. That's what our witches use when we need to summon creepy stuff. None of my coven have any weirdo tentacles. All you need is chalk, a little blood, some candles, and a complete disregard for pants. Yes, yes. We've all been taught the witch method. But the scientific method reduces the element of randomness, increases the size and duration of portals to allow for human entry, and best of all, you get to keep your clothes on. So science is magic plus underwear? Huh. Oh, she's cute. Studying at the Miskatonic is a huge opportunity. There's so few monsters here in my hometown. I think my job prospects in the future are pretty bright. Does come with a few drawbacks, though. You're not likely to finish your studies exactly the same species as you started. Well, hey, at the worst part, I'm pretty sure this place could always use more freaky-ass teachers. Sad. So what you reckon they're doing here? Poking and prodding, same as always. Eventually they'll get bored and will be tasked with charting off the husk. If you told tiny child Albert that in the future carrying corpses would be considered the easiest part of his day, I think he'd pitch a fit. I'd have thought the part between carrying the body to the corporeum and carrying it away would have been the easiest part. Though I guess hanging out in the spooky ass hallway can be a little exhausting too. Just a small word of advice to the biology department. You can't just stick a dog and a war veteran into a centrifuge and rejigger the mush into a living being. And everyone say hello to the world's first werewolf. There's clearly a reason I'm not down there with you guys. Aside from, you know, the carnage it would cause. Did you guys hear that? A goddamn werewolf? You wanna check it out? We're not done here, Mike. We gotta get the incinerators going before we can knock off. Connor's right. Connors is right. First we burn whatever nightmare the corporeum's working on, then we can go gawk at whatever nightmare the biology department working on. Got their own burners after all. I always thought you had to get a bit by a werewolf to become a werewolf. Then again, why would any werewolf stop at one bite and not just eat whatever it's biting? Maybe that's why we don't have zombie plagues anymore. Oh my I required to spend chatting with the Athenian in an attempt to shut up. Essentially, you just need to maintain your resources, spending them on village and strat upgrades, but village upgrades gives passive benefits to both villages, so you need to be careful that you're not helping the other team in their village. See, that's where I went wrong with my first game. After I constructed our breeding pit, the other villagers gain enough population resources to speed their building and forage processes. What the shit are they talking about? Game, probably. So after you've drawn from the encounter deck, if what you draw is a monster, pick from the monster deck. Then you can choose to fight or flee. If you fight, compare your player's card's ferocity stat with the monsters and add a d6 to both stats to determine whether you win or lose. If you want to flee, it's the same process with the liquidity stat. Once you've returned to the village board, you can add your successful foraging tokens to the village stockpile. Whatever team successfully builds their village first wins, or whatever team's village runs out of food, materials, or population resources loses. And do I have to go by my in-game name too? Couldn't hurt. They must be talking about some sort of board game. Never played one before. Not many places to put the board when you're off dancing in the woods with nothing but a smile on. In order to keep the pieces. What's unique about our planet is that all plants and animals share a universal language, or a sort of collective consciousness, guiding things like migratory patterns, blooming seasons, and what is predator and what is prey, things like that. It also acts as a conduit of emotions of organic life. While flowers pluck, the garden screams, a cow is slaughtered, the whole herd weeps. Humans seem to have lost its ability over the last 100,000 years, and those few that can hear it go mad with the knowledge of it. Just so you know, the planet is very upset with you humans. Guess I go but I apologize to my bagel. Oh man, I hope that ain't true. As a witch cultist of love goddess, I should probably be spreading love to everything, not just humans. And I've eaten a whole lot of burgers. Oh my god, there's so many people. Bob's office. Do those wormy things act as your arms? That's pretty groovy. Oh, she doesn't have any. Oh my god. Yep. The thing to remember about all of the occult shenanigans is that most of these monsters are just really ugly animals. Animals can be trained. Cool. How'd you train them? Traditional combination of treats and mild punishment. As a treat, I let them keep my arms. As punishment, I headbutted the shit out of them. Now they'll never leave mommy's side. Don't even have to command them for the easy stuff. What counts as easy stuff when training floating worms to act like replacement arms? You know, cooking, cleaning, getting changed, all the essentials. You should see me play the trombone. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my god, there's so many fucking voices. There are several benefits to having every internal organ replaced by a half-sentient liquid slurry. For example, you wouldn't believe how much of your brain is dedicated to simply maintaining the automatic processes of your body. With the slime, my brain is now free to fully ponder the question of the universe. Huh. I gotta admit, you're putting a good spin on this. Still, having to carry a handkerchief around to mop the incorrigible sludge out of my eye sockets is a drawback. Forget hygiene. You're at the Miskatonic. If you're only trailing black slime, you're practically cleaning up the place. Nothing gets an occult science down, I guess. But wouldn't his brain also be replaced by the goo? So what's with the folks changing the names for the board game people are talking about? It's to make the consequences of the game seem more real. A lot of people need an escape from work or their studies, and the game's a good way to do that. You think I can play with you guys when I've got some time off or whatever? Depends. What's your in-game game gonna be? Thrust powerful, badass barbarians saving sick wenches or whatever? Nope. Bye. better than everyone else's dumbass names. Whatever. Who want to play a game where thrust powerful, the baddest barbarian sounds non-canon anyways? True. Good afternoon, Charlotte. Are you ready for your first assignment? Sure. Sure, lay it on me. Excellent. The Miskatonic is a small research outpost located all over the world, dedicated to collecting and relaying occult data back to the university via radio. One such outpost is in New Orleans, where you'll be going. Okay, what happened in New Orleans? We're not sure. Our researchers is supposed to relay a daily radio message back to us, but hasn't checked in for several days. Your task is to go to the outpost and knock on the door. If he's there, ask why he hasn't been relaying data. If he's not, return and tell us. That's it? Knock on the door? Exactly. Under no circumstances are you to enter the outpost. Just knock. And leave. Okay. How do I get there? After a few, disasters, the government demanded that the Miskatonic's experiments be completely sealed off from the outside world. As a result, every outpost in the country is interconnected by these tunnels. Help stop transporting creatures running off into the wilderness, see? Spooky. So, I'm walking to New Orleans? Oh no, of course not. You'll have a driver. Hey Liz, looks like driving down the spooky ass tunnel system together. Yes, New Orleans isn't too far in straight lines. Should get there lickety split. Have fun, you two, and remember, don't go into the outposts. Okay, see you later, Johnny. Yes, this is the place. Oh, I want more Liz. Oh, that's weird. Door's open. So, well, the mission is to knock on the door, see if anyone's in, and then leave. If the door's open, something bad might happen. Like what? I don't know. It could be anything. Maybe out of banana bread. Maybe someone's pregnant and they've got to get to a doctor. Maybe Cthulhu cultists have invaded to have a sick hoedown. Maybe they're pregnant with a Cthulhu cultist banana bread baby. We should check it out. Supposed to be morphmized to go into outpost. Authorized? Morphized to go into the outpost. Dunwich and witches are for knocking on doors, not Pokemon other outposts. Come on, we'll be, you know, showing initiative. They'll be like, wow, Lizzie and Charlotte, you sure have saved the day poking around in that outpost. Good thing you did, or all those chupacabras would have got back to the home base and ate all of us. I don't think that's what they'll say. Well, I'm gonna take a look anyway. Feel free to join me if you want to save the universe from chupacabras. Guess it'll be okay if we just look. Third the goo. Huh? Fear the goo, written in goo. What goo should I be fearing? Should I fear the goo? The fear the goo sign is written in. Maybe it's Pampa. Humans are large, right? Only ones who hate deliciousness. Nope. I think this is a warning about the same goo it's written in. Can't be that dangerous then. If the Warner preferred using it over, you know, a pen. Maybe he has no pen. Maybe his pen is goo. Maybe that's why he's so afraidy. Because of pen goo. Guess the only way to find out. Let's keep going. Yay. Okay. That's a lot of goo. Huh. Shitballs. The door's locked. So there might be goodies inside. Eldritch goodies. Look, it says here. Extraction facility. This must be where they're getting to go. We gotta get in there. Why? Because if someone tells me to fear something, I like to know exactly where that something comes from and how to punch whoever made it in the head. Whoop some ass. Besides, it sounds exactly like something that the hottest new occult detective team in New Orleans would do, right? Solving some sick mysteries. Okay.